Hey everybody, Crow back again with another Top 3 Tuesday video response for Michael B. the Game Genie. I believe this is like the 5th week in a row for this, and it's the 3rd week for me. And we'll get right to the point. This week it's the Top 3 comic book games, because I keep saying comic book movie games, but that doesn't really make much sense. Top 3 comic book games. And at first I thought that it might be pretty hard to do this because I don't really think that I collect a whole lot of games based on movies. I know one of the games that Michael B put on there was Batman for the NES. So I was like, oh yeah, of course, that's a classic. And I kind of looked through my collection, and I do have quite a few, it turns out. But picking the top 3 was actually extremely easy. But for right off the bat, I gotta give an honorable mention to one. I wanted to put this in the list, but it was kind of the odd man out. So I grabbed this one. This is Legend of Zelda Breath of the... Wait a minute. Oh, shoot, I grabbed the wrong case. This is what I meant to grab. Marvel Pinball Epic Collection Volume 1. Now, if you have been watching my channel, especially within the last year, you've noticed that I've done a lot of Pinball FX2 videos, and there's a lot of Marvel-themed comic book tables in that. And I thought this actually fit the bill. I actually did a review on this. This was actually a review copy that was sent to me. And this is 10 Marvel-themed pinball tables. It could have been more. That was one of my complaints, that there's over 20 in Pinball FX2, but this is just a collection of 10 of them. But still, you can't go wrong with, you know, tables like Doctor Strange and was the Avengers one of them? Yeah, the Avengers, Ant-Man, World War Hulk. All tables based on specific comics and sometimes even comic events. So this had to be, I have to mention this one. I can't really put it in my top 3, but I have to mention it. But yeah, let's move on to the top 3, or at least my top 3 that I've chosen. Alright, the first game I want to talk about here is Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And wait a minute. No, wait, this is wrong. I'm sorry. You know what? I've been playing Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild ever since I got the Switch on Friday, so that's kind of all I got in the mind. So I gotta get out of this. Come on, stop thinking about it. All right, come on. Ah, yes. Here's actually what I want to talk about. This is the first game on my list here. Deadpool. This is the PS4 version. What was funny was I was super excited about this game coming out on the PS3, and actually bought it on the PS3 originally. And before I actually got around to playing it, I had the game sitting on my shelf for a long time, never played it, and then all of a sudden the PS4 version came out. I was like, oh, why am I going to play the PS3 version? I got the PS4. I think both versions are practically the same anyway. But yeah, this game wasn't really rated too highly when it originally came out, but I actually love this game. I mean, it's not like there's a whole lot of exploring to do or anything, but it's all about running through levels, cutting guys up with your sword, shooting them with your guns, upgrading your weapons, and just trying to follow the story. And you know, it's Deadpool, so it gets ridiculous, it gets out of hand, there's a lot of fourth wall breaking, and it's just an incredibly fun game to play through. When I was done playing the game, I actually started playing through it again, just because I wanted to level up all my weapons. But I really enjoyed this game. It's kind of a brief game, but I think it's totally worth it, and it totally fits in with Deadpool, and I totally recommend it. Totally.
It's cool. We totally meant to do that. Yeah, we're gonna call bullshit.
Alright, the second game I gotta put on this list is Legend of Zelda Breath... Damn it, I did it again! Oh, come on! Let's get the right footage in here. Alright, there we go. This is what I want to talk about. Batman Arkham City. This is the PlayStation 3 version. I've got the Game of the Year edition, which includes some of the downloadable content that wasn't included in the original version. And that's what I normally do with these Batman Arkham games. Is I know they're great, but I'm not going to buy them day one. What I usually do is wait for the Game of the Year edition and then buy it for half the price with most, if not all, of the DLC included. And that's why I'm talking about Batman Arkham City and not Batman Arkham Knight. It's because I haven't bought Arkham Knight yet because there's no Game of the Year edition, at least yet. All I really got to go off of is Batman Arkham Asylum and Batman Arkham City. And City is by far a better game. You're Batman traveling around the city, taking out gangs everywhere in the city. Batman is not underused in this game. He does detective work, he fights, he solves puzzles. He does a lot of the things that Batman in the comic does. It was fun to either advance the main storyline, and the story's great, especially the final plot twist at the end. I just was not seeing that coming. Or you could just explore the city, do a ton of side quests, find all the Riddler things. If you intend to do everything there is in this game, you could spend hundreds of hours just digging through the city, and it's fun all the way. And if you haven't played this game, I highly recommend you take a look into it.
Wow, look who it is. What do you want, B-Man? Come to stick the knife in some more? Well, go on then, I don't care. I'm not telling you nothing. I'm not even gonna tell you about the crap Joker took from freezing locked up in the boiler room. What are you?
Come on, at this point it's not funny anymore. Let's get the real game on the screen. Alright, the game I gotta put at the top of this list is Injustice: Gods Among Us. And what I have is the Ultimate Edition for the PlayStation 4. This was released for many platforms, but the Ultimate Edition includes all the DLC, and there's many reasons that this is at the top of my list. And for starters, it's just an excellent fighting game with DC characters. Now, if you're wondering what this plays like, think Mortal Kombat, but with DC characters. And that's because NetherRealm Studios, the people behind the most recent Mortal Kombat games, are the people that created this. Not only that, but fighting games aren't really known for having good stories, but the story mode in this is absolutely awesome. But if I'm remembering correctly, there was an actual comic book series called Injustice that detailed the events that lead up to the game. And it's just a mind-blowing story where the Joker tricks Superman into killing Lois Lane, and Superman just totally loses it and kills the Joker. And if you think I'm spoiling anything, no, this is the beginning of the game, right when you start off. And I think there's alternate realities involved in all of this, which would explain why characters can fight one another. And there's also a reason why the Joker is strong enough to take on Batman and that kind of thing. The presentation of this game is just awesome. Really, I have no hesitation putting this at the #1 for the best comic book game there is, because just flat out it blows everything out of the water. And on top of that, Injustice 2 is coming out in a couple months, and I will definitely be picking that up and trying it out. Well, maybe not at first, but definitely when there's an Ultimate Edition of that. And there you have it, my top 3 comic book games. I know there's a bunch of Zelda footage in there, but honestly, I can't put down that game. Well, I put it down long enough to make this video. But yeah, Deadpool, Batman Arkham City, and Injustice, all excellent games, all recommended. And thanks for watching, and see y'all next time. Bye.